In this video, I'd be talking about enums in Java. Enums could be declared as a separate class that is outside of any other class in your code. They could be declared within a class, but not within a method. So this example, we have declared an enum coffee size with these three values as a separate class, and within another class you can have a variable of type coffee size and assign it a value from any one of these values. So coffee size CS, now this one is part of another class, so in this class you would be declaring CS of type coffee size, and you'd be initializing it with coffee size.big. So enums declared as a separate class outside could have these two access modifiers, public and default, just like any other class. Now talking about enums which are declared within a class. So class coffee2 is a class, and coffee size is an enum declared within coffee2. Now size is of type coffee size. Within another class coffee test2, I create an instance of coffee2, which is I create an instance string of type coffee2, and now since drink and access size, I'm assigning a value from the enum to the variable size. So I'm saying drink.size is equal to. Now how do I access any one of these three values? By using the external class and by using the internal enum name. So that would be coffee2 dot coffee size dot big, right? So in closing, class name is required. That's how you identify the type, because coffee size is internal to coffee2 and is not known externally to coffee test2, and that's the reason why you need to say coffee2 dot coffee size dot big. Okay, so you could think of well, each one of these is an instance of coffee size. So you could think of each one of the enum values as objects created of type coffee size, and they're also constant values. So I'm sorry, constant coffee size types. So public static final coffee size big is new coffee size big 0, and so on. And then this is a constructor which takes in the enum name as well as the default value given to an enum value. Now within enum you can declare your constructors. You can declare constructors, methods, and variables. Let's see how. Okay, so this is my enum value. I could assign its default value. In this case, I'm assigning 8 to big, 10 to huge, and 16 to overwhelming. So you can have a private instance variable ounces and initialize these values to ounces using this constructor. So ounces is a variable within enum. We have talked about constructors. Okay, now let's see how we can make use of these. You have coffee size, right? And then you said now drink one is of type coffee, so you said drink one dot size is coffee size dot big, and coffee size dot overwhelming is drink 2 dot size. And then how do you iterate through these values? You would say drink 1 dot size dot get ounces, so that would print 8. That is right, because get ounces is a method which returns the ounces. And you could iterate through the values of coffee size and print the ounces of each one of them. So how do you do that? Coffee size, well, every enum by default has a static method called values that returns an array of enums values in the order they are declared. So you would do coffee size dot values, and then it would return you big, huge, and overwhelming with each iteration of CS containing each one of these values. And then you would do CS dot get ounces, which would print, which would return the ounce values. What should be noted here is that you can never invoke an enum constructor directly. The enum constructor is invoked automatically. Talking about the same example, you are invoking a method on size, but now because size contains overwhelming, this is invoked on overwhelming, and that's why it prints 8. Drink1.size contains drink1.size is assigned coffee size dot big. So when you say get ounces, drink1.size dot get ounces is invoking a method get ounces on the value of drink1.size, which is coffee size dot big. You could also have methods, or there is something called as a constant specific class body in enum, and this is what it is used for. Say, you have another method, public string get lit code, which applies for so the default value that we want to return for coffee size constants is b. So the lit code size is b for big and huge, but overwhelming needs another one. So you sort of override it within the same class by using this one here. So you override the method defined in coffee size. So what you would do is immediately after this, you would say public string get lit code, right? The same thing here, given here, and then you provide the definition, but you return a instead. And this one is called a constant specific class body. Now, because we said big is an instance of coffee size, we could imagine it as an object. Big is an object with enum name given as big. So here's enum name given as big for this object, and index given as 0. Now, in this example, there is an integer instance, ounces. So doing this, assigning 8 ounces would give an object like this with 8 as the ounce value for big, and this code drink1.size is coffee size dot big would make the size of drink1 point to big. Now when you invoke get ounces on drink1.size, you're actually invoking get ounces on this object here, and that's the reason why it would print 8